I'll be
Grimy.
honest. I don't know anything about makeup, and Cecil will motion to their fur-covered face, and go. But what I can do is hair.
Ruffles her own hair. I guess try best.
I will.
Something simple. I don't know.
And for comedic effect, Stylist, does prestidigitation allow me to make a small thing in my hand? It does, doesn't it?
There's like 3 things that do very similar things. I think it does. There's like thaumaturgy, minor illusion, and prestidigitation. I think prestidigitation allows you to summon stuff.
Yes, Samika, I just saw it. You created a non-magical trinket or illusionary. A small pair of scissors for comedic effect.
Okay.
They're not actually going to use it. They're not going to cut her hair.
Lana blinks once. Like, bruh.
Just trust me. Just trust me.
Hope I don't regret this.
You probably won't.
At that, Lana takes her mask and just puts it on. So it's like a fucking cloud giant smiling one mask.
And Cecil will try and, I don't know, do something with her hair.
Yeah, roll me, you don't have a disguise kit.
I do not.
Roll me sleight of hand using your charisma instead of your dexterity.
I can do that. My dex is 3, so add 2 to whatever I roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Not bad. So 24.
Very nice. Very nice.
So that makeup, whatever happens, happens. In the meantime, downstairs, what y'all doing? Oriana's hanging out next to unconscious Altani. I guess I'm more asking Fred as a whole, as opposed to a single character of Fred's.
That's a great question.
I think people would be finishing out eating right now, so I'm gonna start dispersing. Let me move my mic arm down so you guys hear me better. I'm gonna start moving people around, dispersing them. I will say Altani does wake up as everyone's shuffling back out, so we'll go to this in a sec. But I'm just gonna start moving people, like, just because I need to move like 30 people, so I'm gonna start moving people now.
I think in that, if people are dispersing from the table,
not everyone, but some people.
Yeah, Sajar would probably see if he can have a moment of Amber's time away from the gathering.
Yeah, sure. Where do you and Amber go?
I guess that Finley's room is the unofficial.
Yeah,
secluded
privacy.
I guess it is. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you guys
I
go
guess
upstairs
we
to Finley's room.
I can't.
I
I can't.
You guys should be able to now. There's still walls,
You should be able to, because I can.
but this middle line here, this like yellow, sand, brown line in the middle, you guys should be able to traverse past.
All right. So, all right. So, thank you for. There's so much information. We were in the city, and Redane was there, and I just had this moment of insanity, clarity, where I just felt, fuck all of this shit. I know where I want to be. I am going to be there. And then I woke up.
What?
I tell her.
Yeah, you give her the details.
This is what happened. Isadora is in the other room.
Right.
And I found. Well, let me show you. And I summon out the iridescent nocturnal.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
She stares at it with this sort of awe, not like a reverential sort of way, but in just a general like Say, I know how important this is. More importantly, how important it is to you. So she holds it in a high esteem, but she doesn't hold it in like a divine worship sort of way.
Uh, last time I was able to activate it with some difficulty, but it showed me something that I think will be of, if I'm right, particular interest to you. Now, let me just see if I can actually get this to work. And last time I poured in 7 spell points because it's a 5th level, and it was difficult. So this time I'm going. So is there an upper limit to how many I can spend here?
Whatever your max spell slot is, because after that you're processing amounts of power that you have no control over.
Right. So that would be a 5th level spell slot, which would be 7.
Yep.
Right. So I'll pour 7 points into that.
1d20 plus 5. Dang, let's move my mic.
Please don't suck.
Very good. You channel in the magical energy once again into the Eye of Shamandrax, and once more it begins to illustrate different locations. And Amber's eyes go wide at that. And she like not crouches, but like leans down and looks much more closely at it, like basically only a couple inches from her face. Where is all this?
I'm not sure.
This one, she points on like the bottom right one, which is like in pretty much near pitch darkness. I think I might have an idea about that one. Oh, wait, no, my bad. It's the center one that's pitch darkness. She does not point at that one. She points at the bottom right one, which is some dimly illuminated space. It's still pretty dark, but it's not literally pitch black. It's that one she points at, which is currently underground. I think I have an idea on that one. Rest of these, though, I should get in contact with Josh. Fuck. She's like, I don't have a shrunken head to go talk with him about it. Fuck. I'll figure it out. Yeah, she begins staring intensely at it, trying to memorize every detail of it, codifying it to her memory. I will now roll intelligence in investigation thing for Amber.
Can I help her in any way?
Sure. She is trying to discern geography, for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to like it's like playing fucking GeoGuessr, right? It's like, well, if we see this plant here, this plant is native to there, and da 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 da. Those people are insane, by the way. She's trying to do that. Let's see how successful she is.
I guess I will try to do the same.
Okay, then if that's the case, take an advantage, and she has an advantage as well. So roll me your investigation. Very good. I would say no guidance. Oh! 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 That's one of the rare.
You don't even need it!
You did it! The jar at 36 natural 20s.
How's that?
Very good. Huzzah! Huzzah! Yeah, you and her begin trying to pinpoint different parts of it. Whereas you have a much more worldly experience and just have a general knowledge basis to pull from, like, oh, that sort of plant would be in this sort of climate, so that narrows it down to this region, da 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 da. She has a much more detailed analytical thing. It's like, that plant grows like this, it makes a under this genome of genome of creature, I guess in this case, plant, flora, da 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 da, and then like it's like a combined effort of a top down and bottom up approach.
Yeah,
so
I
there are a number of locations that you guys, not exact locations, not by any fucking means, but regions of the world that these guys, begin like locking this down into, which is monumentally helpful.
I think for Sajar it would be because, I mean, he's older much older than he seems, and he's traveled a lot. So I think it would be more like, oh, when I was in that place that one time, I saw a plane that looked kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. So over the course of this coming week, I just pulled my neck muscle. Fuck. Ah. Oof.
Oof.
Stretch it. I'm stretching it. It's all stretch. It's all stretch.
Embodies all.
Body's all. That really fucking hurts. Moving on though. Over the course of this coming week, I'll try to like give you some general locations between you and Amber that you would have an idea of. I can also publicly disclose them if that's something you want.
I would. I think Sajar would let Amber decide that.
Ooh. Okay, then I will decide that later in the week. I'll do like a vibe check from Amber to you guys and vice versa. So that'll be fun. But at the very least, Sajar knows.
Hmm.
And let it be known that these locations are not Moranis locked.
I had a feeling.
Yep. Gotta be world travelers to get this shit done. So that's rough, buddy.
Did it in a similar? Because last time when I did this, I got the impression that it could do something else if we were on a different plane of existence. It sort of faltered because we were on the wrong plane, or did I misremember that?
Let me think back. How to say this? Sort of, yes, but not in the way you're thinking. There is a way to unlock the sixth one, the one in the center, but the thing is, you guys aren't able to unlock the sixth one yet.
Okay, I think,
and that's not a dependency on your location of using the eye. That's a dependency on terms and conditions.
I had a feeling. All right, that makes a lot more sense now.
So yeah, I would say there are a couple here in Moranis, but yeah, not all of them. I mean, Amber sort of knows where one is already, so you got that going for you.
Right. So I wanted to show you this because I had a feeling it might be of.
It is so helpful.
Look, I know that I am meant to follow this. And it led me to you.
Well,
so I will
she shrugs at that, like, I don't know about that.
Well, in figuratively speaking, I will follow your lead here. You decide who you want to clue in on this.
You want me to decide?
I want you to decide.
If that's the case, then I know. She thinks about it, puts her hands together like on a praying man, brings it up to her like nose and lip and stuff like that. I know at least one, maybe a second. No, make it two. There are two people I want to know about this. One of them is downstairs right now. Come on.
On your 6.
You guys go to the office. Unlike Silas, who knocks, Amber does not. She enters into the office. She throws the door open. Varric. You know, most people would knock. I don't fucking live here. I need your help.
I would have knocked. Hi, Varric.
I would have knocked.
I trust.
Sorry.
I trust dinner was good. Yeah. Did you not eat?
Wonderful.
No, I didn't.
Do you eat?
I do. I eat when my work is done.
Do you want me to bring you something?
No. Work is not done yet. There's no reason. What is it you need? You had business with me. Yeah, close it. So, we have this. And she just gestures at the eye Shamandrax that you've been carrying, I guess, this whole time. Mm-hmm. Yes, a rather auspicious glowing gem. I assume this is the aforementioned eye of Shamandrax. Yep. So what's going on with it? Why is it doing that? She just gives him like the rundown of everything you just did. Da-da-da-da. So, you said you need my help. Yeah. Well, go on. I want to get there. To each of these spots and do whatever needs to be done at them. The Trials of the Forgotten Five. Yep.
And I want to make sure she gets there and back in one piece.
We already have a general idea where they might be. Really? He just gestures at the map that's laid out across the table. We're gonna need a bigger map. I think a desk-sized map is rather large as is. No, I mean like a world map. Ah. I'm afraid I don't have that on me, but we can go get one afterwards. But for the time being, he just like grabs at like a stack of papers. Can you describe where they are? She stares dubiously at the pages and the pen. I don't know if I want this written down. If it makes you feel any better, it will be ciphered. Whose cipher? Mine. Fine. And she begins describing the locations. And, you know, you can watch Varric write and stuff like that. And yeah, he does write in a cipher, so to anyone reading this, you have no fucking clue what it says. It's not even really a language, like a language you can read. By all accounts, it looks like gibberish.
A good cipher, then.
Yeah. And I think I might know someone else that can help. Oh? The people I was with before I came here. They're looking for this stuff too. He stops writing at that. He looks at Usajar, he looks to Amber, looks back at his papers. I'm assuming you've already thought about them betraying you. People that pursue this sort of stuff don't tend to be the most reputable people. Yeah, but I was thinking we can leverage that. He looks up from the papers at her. Oh. She like thinks about this. Really, I'm probably gonna burn bridges on this. Fuck it. We give them this information. They help us, and maybe they can even do some digging around for us on where these locations actually are. In return, again, they help us with whatever. Interesting. And these are the same people you described to me earlier. Yep. Interesting. It would be effective to have. But I'm about one person. He looks at you, Sajar. What do you make of this, Sajar?
For me, this is a question of faith and loyalty. This is the Eye of Shimandrax, to whom I have an oath. There must be a reason for why this is shown to me, and I have decided to follow Amber's lead, because I think that is the best way forward. So if she says it goes, I say yes.
Even if it means working with... He looks at Amber, looks back at you. Unsavory individuals.
The less I know, the better. I trust Amber, I don't have to trust them.
He begins fanning the papers to make sure, sort of as if he were fanning himself, but he's trying to dry out the ink. Tucks them away on his person in like a secret pouch on his jacket. Then let's go make the rounds then. See where the group lies. Besides, I can use the walk. Come on. So, speaking of making the rounds, let's switch gears. Go back in time a little bit. So Oriana's hanging near Altani right now. What's Alexander doing?
Came into the living room, but now I actually have an idea.
Okay.
So does Alessander reliably know if anyone here, including the people that showed up at Chetamir and Company, does he know if any of them have dealings or just came from the north, particularly the Wanderer's Wield? Amber, of
That
course.
direction north.
Yeah.
Technically Chetamir, but she's from North Ren, so that's northeast, not northwest.
When I rolled for the Sunblade Flower, of Kasai's people, do I reliably know if that's only northwest as opposed to northeast?
Yeah, it wouldn't thrive in a frozen environment, an Arctic
Frigid
environment.
I didn't think so. So I don't reliably know that. So I think what he will do. Owen summoned this whole ass mansion.
Yes, indeed, he did.
I think,
Owen's got the magic juice.
yeah. He's got magic juice. I'm gonna go to him.
Yeah, so you go over to Owen. Kasai will accompany you, because why not?
My,
Does she
my.
not want her to?
No, I don't. As he stands up from the sofa, he's
Understandable.
like, stay here. I'll be right back.
She
No, I
usually,
don't
like,
stay here.
No. She'll be somewhere else. She'll probably just like hang out with America or something. Ah, mom talk over here. Blair, Kasai, America. Yeah, so you go over to Owen. Well, you go over to this entourage of people, really.
As I live and breathe, a gunslinger.
He probably opened his mouth to greet Owen, and then Aldrich, is that right?
Aldrich.
Yes.
Aldrich says that, and Alessander kind of gives a small chuckle and flashes a bright smile. One of the best, as I'm very quickly finding out.
Would Alessander have anything that connects him to the Silversworn or his family? Would you say that his hair is iconic?
I think that hair streak of white is like
no,
shock, isn't it?
That's the Medal of Honor. I guess if you see on around his waist that white and red sash is very indicative of Silversworn. That's their whole color scheme. And then if you think Aldrich would have any insights into Silversworn dealings, you would know that one of the scions of the Risewell family was a Silversworn captain, and he went by Whitelock, captain of the Whitelock Company, otherwise known as Whitelock's Warriors.
All right, you'd probably
I think
see
Aldrich is
him.
fair game on knowing that information, given
Yeah,
your
you'd
family's connections.
proclivities.
Yeah.
He'd look from your sash to your general gear to your hair and just sort of like nod. Like, yeah, I know who you are.
I don't think we were properly introduced. And if we were, then I was not cognizant of it. Alessander Whitelock. And he'll hold a hand out after putting it to his heart.
Yeah, Ulrich reaches out, shakes his hand. Ulrich, Magnus, at your pleasure. This one's my nephew.
Owen's your nephew?
Yes.
Owen's his nephew, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
They built this boy up from being a 10 across the board piece of shit.
And now he's
Adnan?
this.
Oh, and this is my very capable and fierce wife.
He nods once at you, that's it.
he nods in turn. Charmed, truly.
What is this?
Owen, I actually had a question for you, if I could trouble you for a moment.
Certainly. How can I help?
And I suppose, if you have any insights on this, Aldrich, please do chime in. You seem to be a very knowledgeable and capable man, gesturing to the mansion around them, or home, farmhouse. Um, I was wondering if, in either of your travels, you came across a flower. Typically grows up north, around the Wanderer's Weald, or perhaps a bit more northwest as well.
There are a number of different types of flora that's native up there. I probably have.
This particular flower is called the Sunblade flower.
Oh, yeah, I've come across that. They're very majestic. Very obvious when you see them in the wild. They have this ambience about them.
Would Aldrich have seen those?
I know how Owen has seen it because he and Nevi just traveled through the north a lot. Roll me D100.
I know you discussed Shadowmere not being from exactly the right region, but would it be possible for her to come across it at any point?
You can roll the D100 as well because it would be the same reason that Aldrich has seen it.
Right. Also, goddamn, you got
Because they definitely do not grow that far east. Like, you have to be in the heart of the Wanderer's Weald.
She might have heard of it in Legends, but not with a 62.
Yeah, luckily for this is the case of the better. So when you guys went north to help deal with all that shit, like killing Seema's mom and stuff like that, dealing with the Shadow Man, you guys probably saw it. It's a pretty flower. Well, large, Well, not large. They show up in patches, so large in like a collective sense.
Mm. Are they like a poppy kind of thing?
I'm not redescribing it. But yeah, you guys have seen them.
Yeah, we saw some when we were dealing with God. Seema's mother and the Shadow Man. They grow in like little clusters. I don't think I've ever seen one grow by itself.
Huh. Do you think you could indicate on a map or a region that I might find some in?
I mean,
Or
a lot of Wanderers would have them, but Owen turns from you to the woman behind him, the Archfey, who's just sipping at some tea. Her eyes are closed, and she doesn't even see him. She just goes, "Yes, you have quite the extensive garden. I think you have this in there. I think I do. Yes. And what are you trying to get at, young Master Owen? Can we have some?"
Please.
He said please.
I'll pay whatever I need.
Archfey. Oh. Her eyes open at that.
Uh-oh.
Whatever you need. She turns to look at you slowly.
I think he squares up, hands on his belt, not like inching towards the revolver or anything, but he kind of lifts up his chin. Manual prize.
She sets down the tea cup on the tea saucer and stands up from the table. The entire time, she never breaks eye contact with you, as her golden feline eyes, indicative of a very fun type of fae. A she, but not that sort of she. The other she, the SIDHE she. There's too many fucking she's, as opposed to the Sith, which is pronounced she. That's fucking dumbass shit. Anyway, she keeps looking at you, and these golden eyes have this gleam about them, this shine, this glimmer to them. As she stands up and begins walking closer towards you. And as she gets over to you, she looks you up and down in a very appraising way. And then she once again resumes locking eyes with you. And you see her Cheshire cat smile, that wide, wicked grin dim. The gleam in her eyes dissipates. And she looks not sad or forlorn. I guess a little bit sad. You really should be careful of what you promise to fairies.
You really should, speaking from experience.
I understand how tricksy fae can be.
I don't think you do, or else you wouldn't have made that oath just now. But
is that an oath?
She says it is.
No, interesting.
Trixie Faye, huh? So, she just looks off and away. So, what's the reason you want these flowers? I can surmise some. What was that?
It means a lot to someone who means a lot to me.
So, love. I see.
No.
Very well. She turns away from you, looking out the window. Love. A mortal's folly. And in the immortal's folly. She turns around like a magician and she pulls out flowers from her sleeve. Again, just like a magician. They give off golden light and like a very dim aura around it. And she just hands them to you. Presents them out for you to take.
He doesn't immediately take them.
Well,
I'm waiting to hear a price first.
no price.
He reaches up and gently, with an appreciative nod, not taking his eyes off hers, he'll say, thank you.
She might have feline eyes. That is a phenotype of her genetics at this point, but she is really lacking in any archfey, fiendish, tricksy energy behind them. It's my pleasure. And she sits back down.
I think he observes that. How many are here?
This will probably be a
whole ass
bouquet.
Oh,
God damn.
Not like the a mega extravagant ones where there's like fucking like 30 flowers. Probably like 7.
Mhm.
Like a little bundle as opposed to like a big ass like bushy bouquet.
I think
Something that could easily fit in her sleeve.
he observes him for a moment. Maybe gives him a smell. And then, still regarding them, he says, "Love, as tricksy as any fae I've ever met, that's for damn certain. Thank you all very much."
Before you go, Alessander, was it?
Indeed.
Were you part of the crew that rescued the young lady over there, Hafren?
I was.
Excellent. I would like to have a conversation with you later, but I will not be getting in the way of love. Off you go.
Well, if
That's you
it's
being
insight
savage.
into a condition that you want, I think Oriana would be the one to ask. But I'll answer any questions if I can.
Perfect.
Gentlemen, ladies, otherwise,
Jennifer just like
Otherwise.
nods.
Non-existent half
Otherwise,
tip.
you never know.
Touche.
I think he'll bother Millie here for
like a base.
vase. Though actually,
What did you ask
technically
Owen?
speaking, none of the stuff here is theirs. So, but whatever.
But it also
Yeah,
is...
it's not. It won't last fully once this spell ends. It just everything that's physical that isn't
Oh,
native here just gets
facsimile.
rejected. Yeah.
Mhm.
So she can give you a vase, however
Yeah.
you want to pronounce it if you want.
But where do you keep them at least, fake or otherwise?
You got a jug.
Go to the living room. Hard left. That cupboard there. Should be a spare one below if this place is mimicking our actual home.
Hold on, I just thought about this. Where the fuck is Danny going?
Wait, where'd she say? In the living room?
Yeah, go living room. Hard left.
Oh, they're outside.
Oh God.
There should be one on the lower end of it if it's mimicking our house. So,
Mhm.
if it really is true to
Right.
their house, then there should be a spare one there. If.
But Kasai's in the living room.
Rose described everything perfectly except that.
Yeah, she's like, I broke that vase and I haven't told them yet. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna describe every bit of this, but Alessander presses his back up against the wall here, and he'll enlist the
Roger's like
Yeah.
looking in the dining room area, and you push yourself against the wall and peek around it. Is there something you need assistance with?
How would you
What?
like me to owe you a favor?
I'd like to help a friend.
He describes for the vases.
He like
What?
is a bit confused, but then he like walks and turns and sees, and he just goes, and he doesn't say anything beyond that. He
Flowers,
walks
ask for a
in,
vase, significant other.
crouches down. You guys hear his armor rattle because he's wearing heavy armor. He opens up. Oh, there is a ceramic vase here, or at least the celestial
gone.
radiant depiction of it. Comes back around, holding it rather delicately, walks all the way around the corner, and presents it to you. In fact, he even holds it out for you to deposit the flowers in.
As he does, he says, "Am I a transparent man?"
No, not on everything, but there are very few reasons a young man would be hiding around a corner with a handful of flowers, asking for a vase.
He gives a wistful sigh and says, "Young man, am I?
Certainly younger than me.
Well, won't lie. When it comes to her, I certainly feel young." And then with a
Excellent.
wink and a thank you, he will take the flowers, hide them behind his back, and
Drop the vase.
Let's
Play it
switch
safe.
gears because we need to do a little bit of catch up.
yeah,
Catch up.
yeah.
So this was back when Oriana and Altani were in the room. So we're gonna rewind a good bit. Yeah.
It's just your bep, you bep, bep.
Okay,
How
we're
far back are you going?
Whoa.
yeah.
If
So
it's here, then there.
Oriana, after having been sent downstairs by Silas after a very interesting "Do you trust me?" Yeah, you plop yourself down, a bit defeated in the couch. Couch? Couch?
Chair? I imagine it's a chair.
Lazy man? Or whatever. You posit yourself in the 1x1 tile couch and are just, harumphed.
You know that like way kids sit where it's like their head is on one armrest, their legs are dangling over the other armrest,
Yeah.
and just kind of like laid up. She's doing that. It's
Yeah,
kind of like
I figured from the
rambling.
orientation.
yeah.
Hi, Tango. As you're like just sort of there, introspecting, I guess.
Yeah.
Altani does begin to wake up. She like sits slowly up, propping herself up with one arm. Her other hand is to her head.
Oh, hey.
That was so fucking cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
She begins to sit and turns as she's like sitting more normally, and she's like checking like different parts of her. But the particular part that got slammed by the back end, the reverse blade of the final trial.
That's probably gonna be sore for about a week.
Ow!
So what you learn?
That reverse blades are just as effective.
She kind of like shakes her head, like, okay, not a terrible lesson.
Oh, okay. That one was just sheer speed.
Mhm.
I don't need to work on my technique for that. Ow!
When
So
Oriana
cool, though.
rolled, yeah, when Oriana rolled earlier, did she like was she able to read anything from the like 30 something that she rolled?
You saw it happen. That's
Oh,
literally
that's
what the roll was. To even have
Oh.
seen it
To
happen.
just understand it. Okay.
Just to have the sense to have perceived it. To everyone else, it basically looks like their blades are suddenly drawn and one of them's unconscious now.
Dunk.
Like, that's how fast it was. Like, sub 1 second. So, that's what your 30 got you. Seeing
Oh,
it.
okay.
I think a lot of people failed that.
Do you think Alessandra could, or she could cut one of Alessandra's bullets in half in the air?
Totally.
Yeah.
I heard balls at first.
I mean that too.
No, I think his balls would be too fast.
I don't know, they're pretty heavy being balls of steel. Altani begins looking around. Is everyone still eating? You're not there. Deed is not there. Like, we are rewound back to, like, 30 minutes. So this is after everyone's moved, is when you guys would get there. This was way back before any of you guys moved out of the dining room area.
Yeah, the living room that they're in right now literally just has Oriana and Altani. And, well, I guess Plant, but like Plant is outside. Plant
Altan is not. Or my bad, Altan. Celine is not in the room, so.
Selena's doing her best. Yeah, she responds with
Yeah, you guys can hear people moving plates around still.
Yeah, I believe so. At least most of them. Some of them have gone about doing other things, and others are hiding and such.
So why are you sitting here then?
Moping. I think moping's the right term.
Oh. She looks off and away. What happened?
You've been fairly honest. Do you want the whole thing or just like a brief synopsis?
I think my head's still reeling, so like the latter.
Fair enough. So there's a guy, and he showed interest in me, showed interest in him. We're both adventuring kind of sorts, so we decided we would meet up.
Oh,
Yes.
you like him?
Yeah, I think yes, yeah. This is all very new for me, so the definitive answers on that is very difficult.
Well, if you need any help, I think you should go ask Kasai and Alexander.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think Kasai is busy. Regardless, the important part of the situation is we did adventuring things, we came back, they're here, but you wouldn't have seen him. I don't know if you want me to just tell everybody this.
Then don't tell me. Like
That's fair.
I don't need to know everything.
That's fair.
Like I know I'm pretty new at all this. So she shrugs.
Yeah. He is here, but he doesn't entirely want to talk to me or me to be really around right now. But I also want to be, and it's hard finding that kind of middle ground and trying to. A lot happened in his life, and I'm trying to like communicate to him that's fine. I still like him, but it's also really hard to do that when he keeps running away and hiding in closets and hiding in attics, and I think somewhere else in the middle there. But got outside.
Well, are you the only one he's close with?
There's the. Do you know the Free Marchers, the group of people, or do I have to point them out to you? She's gonna sit up properly.
I think I saw them walk in together.
Right. Okay, the big, I think Storm Giant. I don't think she's a Storm Giant. The Storm Giant Goliath, I want to say. Big lady, big fucking sword. Dude
Yep,
with,
I remember her.
I don't tell him I said this, but cool hat. Kind of a dick personality though, as in his entire personality is his dick. And then the little one that's just completely buried in a book.
I don't think I know that one, but I think I've seen her. So your boy is close with them. How do they act with him?
At the current moment, mostly just trying to cover it up and make it seem like he's not actually here.
Okay, I guess I said that wrong. Before all this happened, how were they with him?
Friends? More than just passing acquaintances.
Okay, but like, how do they act with them? Did they like invite him out to do stuff? Did they give him breathing room? Did they like?
I want to say it's more along the lines of, have you ever seen like someone who has an introverted friend, and then they have an extroverted friend that best term is
I don't know what that
them?
means.
Okay. Someone who's very shy and doesn't like being around people versus somebody who's a party goer, a very socialite. The socialite sometimes more or less adopts the introvert, the isolation kind of person, and then drags them around to places and lets them have fun, and it's not always bad. Gets an introvert.
Okay, so I was sort of doing that with culture then. Nice. Well, have you
little bit.
thought about doing something similar?
Expound on that.
I don't know, like just do something similar. Like if something works on them, then just mimic it. Learn from it. Although it sounds like they're all pretty different people from what I've seen so
Right.
far. So maybe pick the one that you're most like and mimic that one.
That'd probably be Tifka. I think they get along. She's the big one. She doesn't really talk. They just kind of they go along well because she doesn't talk and he doesn't entirely want to talk.
This is when people begin filing into the room now.
Yeah.
She points at Shivir. That one?
Mhm.
That's the guy
Mhm.
with the hat. And that's Tirvka, and that's... What's her name?
I was gonna say Altani. God damn it.
It's you, but nerdier.
It's you, but horny for nerd
Think
shit.
about Naru?
It's you, but if you're a fucking nerd.
Her name is Naru, correct?
She hesitates for a second. It's like Naru. It's Naru. That was more Sajar's connection. I didn't interact with him a ton.
Why not? You not like her?
No, it's not.
Oh,
like a
she
personal
leans
thing,
in
it's just-
conspiratorially. Do you not like halflings?
I am what? No,
You
that's more
racist?
like
What
that's-
the fuck?
that's more like.
Actually, is
like,
Naru a
from
halfling?
so
No,
far.
I don't remember.
Eh.
I think she's a halfling.
Maybe. No,
I thought
I'm from Silphal. It's mostly like elves and fae more than anything. No, it's just because like we just have different interests and passions, so we don't overlap very much. And then Sajar also overlaps with her a bit more because they have like tinkering and jewelry and magic-y. She does like hand twiddles things. I don't do magic very much.
Okay.
We just
I
don't
mean,
interact.
I mean, you could start learning. She like shrugs. Like, if we went on that, like, I probably wouldn't be getting along with Anushka. Because I don't know how to hunt. That's all I'm saying. She leans back down. Ah. Ow, my ribs hurt.
Your rib? I don't remember her hitting you in the ribs. I thought it was just in the head.
No, she totally got hit in the ribs.
Oh, okay. Do you want like an ice pack or something?
Does this world have ice packs? I'm trying to think.
I mean, if
I mean,
if
just
they
like a
have
bag of ice
you
in
can-
it. Yeah. It's not like a chemical ice pack. No, I'm fine. The pain is good. Or
Is there
else
a lot
how am I
of-
going to learn from it?
Oh, different perspectives. Similar but different.
I'll be fine in a sec. Always am. And you guys just chill for a bit. People have filed into the room. Everyone's here now. Everyone is where they should be.
everyone.
Everyone walks in. Alexander.
Choo!
Yeah, you walk on by. Seeing everyone, you see Altani, and she's like laid out across the couch as Deed's sitting next to her, and she's just like a hi, ow, hi.
He tips an invisible hat. Partner.
I'm gonna call you Coulter, just so you know.
You know, that ain't entirely. Well,
You earned this. You brought this upon yourself.
he thinks about it for a moment, as I also think about it, how he would like that or dislike it. And then he shrugs and say, "That would actually be pretty cool."
Okay, well, I'll do it. Ah, she begins sitting up. America slides on the couch. Are you okay? Oh, I totally lost that duel. Do you need help?
Unbelievably, yes.
I'll take it. America just begins like conjuring water around her palms and her hands, and begin like sort of like waterbending style, and begins patting down the broken rib spots, like the large fractures. That's so cool. It's a new talent. But yeah, you continue walking around. Covertly hiding a whole ass vase behind the couch. Yeah, speaking of that, I was actually gonna say,
There's a lot
roll
of
me
people
your
there.
sleight of hand.
Slightly hand.
Does he get
Slightly
advantage
hand,
because
take
the
a
couch is
D12.
in fact covered?
No,
No.
because I stand it. But you do get a
I do
skull
have
deck.
advantage
Oh, not a
because
D12. Not a D12. It's a D10. My bad.
Huh?
You can get a skull deck from Altani, which is a
Oh.
D10, not a D12. D12 will be Evelina.
Okay, then I'll roll that.
Well, you might need it.
21.
Ooh!
Thank you
Ooh
all.
la
Turn
la.
around. You
Dang!
almost had it
But
with
she would
House
have
of Skull Deck.
succeeded. She would have succeeded with the guidance and everything, and if you didn't have the skull deck, so
That's what I like about her. She succeeds in hypothetical scenarios.
yeah,
Very specific
that's what you love
hypotheticals.
about her.
Hypothetically, she's very successful. In reality, we don't talk about that.
Yeah, so you begin walking over with a fucking vase behind your back.
She's talking to Blair
Yeah, she's talking to Blair.
about
Just more over like just a general. It's Kasai talking to Blair, not the other way around. It's a general wellness check because like Kasai has just sort of noted that Blair has been distancing herself. And she didn't even really eat dinner.
Mhm.
But you come on up. I'm fine.
Yeah, he waits for a lull.
I'm fine, Kasai. She looks at Kasai and then spots you behind her. Quirks an eyebrow. Kasai follows her gaze and sees you.
Just for Blair's sake, Alexander walking in on this does seem concerned. But that'll be saved for later because they both turn to look at him.
Yep.
And he says to Kasai, "It's just a bad time."
No. What is it? Do you need something?
Actually, yeah. See, for 5 or so minutes now, I've been carrying something kind of heavy. I was wondering if you could just take it off my hands for a bit.
What do you need help with?
Kind of almost cartoonishly, he hefts this vase full of sunblade flowers from behind the couch and holds it with 2 hands, kind of propping it against his chest because he just needs the support.
All the muscle, yeah.
All the he tries to like push it off his chest to hold it out for it, but he just can't do it. I'm been carrying all the love I have for you. I was wondering if you could take it.
That's fucking sappy.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Roll performance, please.